everyone, welcome to my booktube channel. I'm C1 and I love to read. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. This is the third book in the Dream Harbor series, the first one being The Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the second one being The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. So diving right in, at the top of the story we meet our FMC Kira. She has recently moved to Dream Harbor. She's bought this little Christmas tree farm that's been out of business ever since its previous owner passed away. And at first she has no interest in reviving the business. She just wants to keep to herself and live out her homesteading dreams. But it pretty quickly becomes apparent that she needs to make money to renovate the house. And the only way to do that is to reopen the Christmas tree farm. We also meet Bennett, who is the brother of Jeannie, who we met in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. He is in town visiting his sister, and he's out taking the dogs for a walk one day. He doesn't know that the Christmas tree farm has a new owner, and he runs into said new owner while she is wrapped in a duvet, waving her phone around, trying to get better Wi-Fi reception. They have a little interaction, and it's not quite a meet cute. It's more like a meet dislike each other upon first impression. Kira thinks that Bennett is some smug, arrogant Silicon Valley tech bro, and Bennett thinks that Kira is just plain mean. However, over the course of the story, they keep running into each other and they get closer and closer, and of course, they fall in love. So I really liked the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I thought it was adorable. It was a perfect grumpy sunshine romance. And then I didn't really like the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. I just found the MMC super annoying, and just the pining was not it for me. I didn't like it. However, this one I really liked again. I thought that it was a really cute seasonal read. I like the small town setting, and I like this small town in particular. I think it's really fun and quirky. The mayor has these prophetic dreams that everybody treats as gospel, and that's just to name one of the quirky characters in this town. Kira is also a super interesting character. She's kind of teased in the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. She interrupts a town meeting, and she's deeply unpleasant. She's really unlikable when you first see her in that cameo, but as you get to know her, she really definitely comes out as a very interesting, complex character. She grew up very privileged, very wealthy. She always had her twin sister by her side. She pretty much was bailed out of any bad decisions that she made by her parents' money, and she never had to work for anything. So when her sister gets married and moves to Denmark, she ends up kind of having an existential crisis and realizing that she's never had to do anything for herself. She's never had to work for anything. She's always had everything handed to her. She's been immensely fortunate and privileged, and she wants to be a better person. But she's also very nervous, she's very insecure, and she's full of self-doubt. So over the course of the book, not only is there the romance, but there's a big element of Kira's own self-discovery journey. As for Bennett, he is incredibly likable. He's a Mr. Fix-It type guy. He likes to feel useful, and this unfortunately has led to him being taken advantage of a lot by women he's been attempting to date. We find out about halfway through that he's had an on-again, off-again thing with his ex Nicole for years, where she kind of gets lonely around the holidays and calls him, and they have a romp, and then they break up again. And I really liked at the end that he and Nicole have a conversation, and he realizes that, like, actually part of it's been on him. She hasn't just been stringing him along. He never said that this arrangement made him uncomfortable or that he felt like he was being taken advantage of. And they have a really honest conversation, and they kind of clear the air a little bit, and I thought that was really a nice touch, not only for his character development, for him communicating what he wants, and how he feels, but also to show that Nicole isn't just the kind of the evil ex. She has dimensions as well. I really liked the slow burn on this one. They spend ages just insisting they're not even friends, or rather, Kira insists that they're not friends. He's just a guy who came by and like tried to fix her radiator for her. Like, they're not friends. And then eventually, when they get together, they go, okay, well, it's just a holiday fling because Bennett is going back home in a month, and they're determined this is just, it's just a fling. It's just a holiday fling. That's all this is. While falling deeply, deeply in love with each other. And I really liked Kira's self-awareness. She tells Bennett that she makes him promise that after his time in Dream Harbor is done, it's done. He leaves and he doesn't look back, because she says, I will want to make you stay. I will manipulate you. I will be selfish. I will say all the right things. I'll make you feel bad. I'll guilt you. I'll say all of the things. I'll do whatever I can to make you stay. And you have to promise me that you're going to leave and you're not going to throw away your life for me. Honestly, I thought the third act breakup made a lot of sense in this context and worked pretty well. Kira breaks it off because she doesn't want to trap him in Dream Harbor, and he goes back, and a month passes before she finally realizes that she is more miserable without him, and that she didn't give him a chance to express what he wanted out of the relationship. She never even gave him a chance to say, actually, I'd like to stay. She never gave him the opportunity to make that decision for himself. And he had said, say the word and I'll come back. And so she writes him a letter and says, I guess I'm saying the word. And it's really sweet. He shows up and surprises her, and, they all live happily ever after. So one of the very few times where I think that the third act breakup is justified and actually worked well and wasn't annoying. One thing I really like about both the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the Christmas Tree Farm is the fact that they're very character driven. I mean, they slot into a typical romance formula, but the characters are also really interesting. They're really fleshed out. And the plot feels like it's moving forward based on character actions and character intentions. So I think those are all my thoughts. I rated this a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great read. I just read it like in a sitting on Christmas Eve. Another thing I do appreciate about all of these Dream Harbor books is I think they're a good length. The pace never feels like it drags. It never feels like it's rushed. They're just right. So that's something that I do appreciate about all 3 of them, actually. And yeah, so those are my thoughts on the Christmas Tree Farm. If you're new here, like and subscribe. If you're returning, thanks for sticking with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!